Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Thursday night. Thursday night, Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben with the huge hair. I need a haircut. Also, this is what happens when you shower at night and sleep on it. Hair does this all day. So, enjoy the young Einstein coif, and we shall get started. So last Tuesday left off with the jazz quartet. We're working on that. We've got 3 bags left, so let's get on it. And then I got some parts for the stadium, so I thought we'd finish that out and then see what happens. So I'm going to put this in the ticker. Yeah, no, that's fine. Get the instructions up here. There we go. All right. So I didn't think I was going to stream tonight. I thought we were going to have some plans, but I think I was the only one who heard the plans that were going to be had, so we're going to do this instead. So we did these 2 guys last time. Again, this cello stand-up bass is probably one of the best things I've ever built. It's so fun and so cool looking. It just looks really rad. These energy effect pieces in black are perfect for those F cutouts, F holes, F somethings. I forget what they're called. The guy playing the trumpet's not too bad either. I'm a little worried about some of the stability of the legs, but if it's just a show bit, it looks great. I love the suspender clips down here, and just looks really cool. All right, and so this is where we got the drums. I finished up some of the drums off stream. I like the pedals for the hi-hat over here, and then the kick drum pedal. And we got a floor tom and 2 toms up there, and then the snare. If I were to do this, I would probably make the snare a little different just to differentiate it from the toms. But I think otherwise it looks great. So we are on bag 7. Gonna make some. We have 4 bags. Well, this may take us to the end of the stream. Although we did go through 6 bags before this, so. Without them being very complicated Technic builds, it's hard to, these fly. So. All right, so topics of discussion. We've had an Andor episode. We've had a She-Hulk episode. Tomorrow is a Lord of the Rings, a Rings of Power episode. See, we also saw today the... that's a big one. Nice big pearl gold thing. Dish. 6x6 dish. 6x6 dish. Today also came out, or we were able to see the Super Mario movie teaser. It was only about 2 minutes long, a minute and 30 seconds long. And I think the consensus is that it looks amazing. And Chris Pratt is doing his absolute minimum effort to sound like Chris Pratt. Which sounded great when he was Emmett, but I think everyone is kind of expecting a little bit more "it's-a me" feel to it, and they're not going to get it. Jack Black apparently was great sounding as Bowser, or King Bowser. I appreciate Lego doing this more, putting the things in between the studs, but that's always been my least favorite thing to do. It's so hard to get that in there. Alright, so we've got a crash symbol here. Okay. Kind of lean that. We got a couple hi-hats, or maybe just a hi-hat. Oh no, it's got another one. Neat. So yeah, everyone's not, and I say everyone, I checked Twitter just to see what everyone else's reaction was, because my reaction is like, oh good. So here's the thing, I'm always a proponent of voice actors. I always feel like voice actors don't get enough opportunity to be in these giant box office movies as main characters. Sure, they get secondary characters and they get a bulk of, can you do a bunch of animals and stuff like that. And what happens is the movie itself draws from the name of the famous people. It does not, it's not like Frank Welker, Billy West. It's like that's not what people come to the movies to see. They come to see Chris Pratt and Anna Kendrick and stuff like that. Anna Kendrick's kind of a weird example because she's also very talented singer and voice actor and stuff. So Oktoberfest, Karbach Oktoberfest, Prost. So I'm sure there's a multitude of voice actors out there yet again who don't get any play in this movie. They may have. I don't know. I would rather not go to a new animated movie knowing that the star is, or anybody really is, like a big famous movie star, action star, or something like that. I want them to sound great. I want them to sound like Futurama is a perfect example. Great cast, great voice actors. Doesn't need to be super famous people. But, they can't all be that because they don't have to. Just think of the budget. Think of how little your budget would be if you didn't have to pay Chris Pratt. Or as Beth likes to call him, Crisp Rat. She does not like him. So, but the actual artistry of the movie looked great. Like, I was very much interested in the story it was telling. It was very clever and well animated. So it'll be kind of neat to see where it goes. And maybe they got, because it's coming out next year, maybe they just got a few lines recorded by Pratt and he's going to redo some stuff, and who knows. Well, that song was interrupted suddenly. So this kind of is an experiment to this stream tonight because I didn't advertise that I was streaming. I didn't put up a thumbnail ahead of time, give people enough time to like notify them that something was going to happen. And I didn't tweet it, and I didn't put a thing on Instagram about it or put it in Discord. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the discovery algorithm in YouTube is enough for just Lego streaming. Here's something I didn't talk about when I was talking about streaming platforms on that podcast, the Bricks King podcast, is that I think while the YouTube community is probably a little stronger, especially when it comes to Lego. God, my hair is huge. I feel like it's not great when it comes to just streaming. I think Twitch probably deals with streamers better because that's the only thing it does. It doesn't have, just videos. I think YouTube is better for just videos, and I don't do just videos. Oh, this is the stool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Goes like that. It gets two things for some reason. I like that there's bits of knots on the floor and stuff to make it not completely smooth. I don't know why, but it looks pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna do a drummer now, and he's gonna sit right here. So there's your drum set. Got a little hi-hat, a cymbal, a crash, and the rest of your stuff. It's pretty cool looking. So we'll put this aside over here for the time being. Let's see. Andor. Latest episode of Andor came out yesterday. I feel like we are on episode 4, 5. I can't remember now. And I'm not gonna lie, this was not my favorite episode. I think I'm one of these people that needs a little more action in their science fiction stories than what this gave me. I was a little kind of checked out. Like, there was a lot of nuance in the performances, and the performances were very small and personal. Not small as in meaningless or tiny, but small as in like bespoke and personal, close in. And I think I had it set in my mind that this was going to be the heist episode where they actually do all this stuff. And when they didn't, I felt like every couple seconds I would check, how much time is left. I'm like, if you guys are going to do this, you better do it now. You only got like whatever minutes left. And it turns out they didn't do anything. So it was still a lot of character development and...
Don't be afraid to borrow.
Okay, thanks.
Chord progressions. Sounds.
Did you talk through this whole thing, buddy? Alright, let's see if he...
That's one of the reasons why I can sure.
Nope. Don't like that track. Sorry. It says instrumental, and then there's a dude talking in the background. So all the character development was great, and I enjoy watching the performance. I think the person playing Mon Mothma is great. Interesting discussion on Eckhart's Ladder, their podcast with Corey's. I think it's Tap Calf Transmissions with Corey, his fellow content person. And they talked about Mon Mothma, how we call her Mon Mothma. We don't call her Mothma or Mon. It's always Mon Mothma. As though, like, is Mon her first name? Is it a salutation? Is it an honorific? Is it a family name and her name is Mothma, but her family name is Mon? Also, they introduced two things in Return of the Jedi, Mon Mothma and then the Mon Calamari. So it's like, do we infer that the two are somehow related? There's lots of things that start with Mon in Star Wars too, so it was a little weird. Anyway, their performance was great. We're introduced to a new character in her daughter, Leda, something like that. Weird. And she is sort of not disaffected, but she's kind of like, I'm over your shenanigans because you're never here and now you want to be here and that's just kind of lame and you go do your thing. We're not expecting you to be here, and it's kind of a little hurtful, but it's interesting to kind of show that aspect of Mon Mothma's life. Oh, other way. Dang it. I still think her husband is going to betray us somehow. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, other than that, the Imperial Security Bureau lady is sniffing around at the edges of the rebellion, and Cyril Krang. What's up, Scott? How's it going? Thanks for being here. You're our first customer. He got to go, he's visiting his mom, and his mom is kind of a lot. And she's going to try to get him to talk to the uncle to get a job. Which I'm like, this doesn't have mob tie-ins at all, does it? Very much a mob thing. She's going to get him in the family business. I'm like, huh, okay. These look slightly bent towards the thing. The instructions have them like slightly bent. Which is interesting because I can't really slightly bend them. Alright. How are you doing, Scott? How's your night? How's your how was your day so far? How's your week? Let's see. And so the rebellion group with Cassian / Clem is marching inexorably towards the outpost, the Imperial outpost, to do their heist. And that could have taken a lot longer. Some interesting characterizations in it. It's fine. I don't know. I feel like the pace between... I don't know. This is exactly the type of show I wished Black Widow would have got. Sort of intriguey and a little more close-in, personal kind of thing. But at the same time, like, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed this. I'll watch it again. It was fun. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, that a lot of that could have been trimmed up a little bit. I don't know. I felt off. Like, I don't want to badmouth the episode because it was good. But at the same time, I'm like, that's not... Okay. Little not expecting that. I may have been in an off place. Who knows? Yeah, that one lady is great. I love her and her assistant trying to sort through things. That's a high point for sure. Cause she's like, I don't know, something's not right, and he's like, well, let's keep looking. I'm here till you're done. She's like, all right, let's do this. So that was pretty cool. Let's see. I think that was kind of it. I feel weird about the entirety of, like, I feel like the show has been like 2 movies so far. I feel like the first movie was with the lead up to him meeting Stellan Skarsgård's character. I want to say Laurel, but that's not right. But that whole thing of like his backstory, the ship crashing, him being on Ferrix, and then getting out of there, that's done. Like, it's like, we're not going back. Like, who's that old lady? Who's the guy with her in the flashback? Why are we not, just such a sudden departure? That. And then it has it slightly turned. Like, already. Instructions say, slightly turn it. With a virtual call with Palpatine. Go for Palpatine. You're where? Flying around for 2 weeks trying to get a signal. God, you must smell like feet wrapped in leathery bacon. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The timeline would be like him kind of there. I think we're going to see one of his viziers, like one of the people in his inner throne room characters. So we may get like, the Emperor does not like this, blah, blah, blah. We're here to put you back on schedule, blah, blah, blah. Like, even the Imperials are probably going to get a little comeuppance if something bad happens. I would not be surprised. I would also be surprised if, like, everybody in this... If this show goes on for a couple seasons, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody in this current crew somehow died. Like, he just keeps moving from place to place, a la Bill Bixby in the Hulk. Just trying to survive. And moving from cell to cell, maybe, until he gets a little more noticed. I don't know. So I feel like Solo was like a couple years before this. So probably around this time, like pretty quick. Somebody said there was a speeder bike in one of the shots, and it's very much the patrol bike from Solo that chased him down. I don't know where they want me to put this. I think that's okay. Okay. And then I have 2 of these. Had it but noon. I hope that, yeah, I mean, I don't really need it to tie up that much, but I will say that there may be ties into Rebels, so we may have a little bit of fulcrum somewhere. I'm okay with them, like, mentioning stuff, but not necessarily showing it. I think the idea of there being different sleeper cells of Rebels is fine. I like that idea. They don't all have to interact. They don't all have to be part of the same thing. Like, we've got Emphas Nest over here, and then we've got Fulcrum and Hera's Rebels over here, and then we've got Andor over here. At one point, though, Mon Mothma becomes not part of, but she exists at the same time as Hera and Kanan and Ezra and those guys. So that may be happening soon. It may happen like after this. So Rebels may not have really started yet. Which is kind of cool. Trying to go back and want to watch that again too. Is one of the incidents going to be the Kessel Run? Maybe. Remember the Maul was building his crime empire? Yeah, and he's in this, and then he dies in Rebels actually. So like a lot of this is taking place kind of like Obi-Wan and then Solo and then this and then Rebels. It's all kind of like this middle between Clone Wars and New Hope thing is going on. So there's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of that. This kind of in-between era, which is fun. Ugh. Oh, there's something in this room. I'm convinced. It's fun though. I'm enjoying it. Any Star Wars to watch is good. I tell you what, that TIE fighter, that one TIE fighter was terrifying. Somebody made that comment. I'm like, yeah, one TIE fighter and it's terrifying. That's how low to the ground this show is, and how small and personal it is that one TIE fighter is just the most menace you've ever seen. And it reminds me of when I was playing Jedi Fallen Order, and there's a point where you're fighting a ATST, and it was the most scared I've been of an ATST. Like there's bits sometimes when you're playing Battlefront where there's an ATST and it's like you and a group of people, but you've got 20 people on your side and somebody's always carrying some kind of ion weapon. So, you know, you're probably going to die, but at least they'll take that thing down pretty quick. Unless I'm piloting it, in which case I sit in it forever because I'm the GOAT when it comes to Battlefront with that walker. But in Jedi Fallen Order, it's just a monster. It comes out like you're on Ilum and you've just found a kyber crystal and you're like, sweet, I got a new lightsaber. And then you walk out of the caves and you're going back to your ship. And between you and the ship is this scout walker just appears. And it is looming and full of menace, and just it's got the eyes, you know, the portals. It's just terrifying, and it like hunts you, like you're wandering around this ice field with these like pillars in the way, and you're trying to get on the other side of it, and you can just hear it walking around. It's like a bad dream. The one in Mandalorian was kind of like that, where they were just, and Cara Dune even says it. She's like, I've seen these things tear apart entire platoons of troops. That's what I felt like the TIE fighter was in this. It was just that one menace. That's all you need. So that was good. I did like the way Cassian sort of diffused the whole situation of, are you going to stab me in the back? We're just not going to talk about it. And then in the most inopportune moment, somebody's going to figure it out. Then they're not going to know that I hate them and that I don't trust them. And he's like, no, okay, here it is. I'm here for money. That's all. You guys can get over it now, or we can do this job, but I'm still with you on this. Thought that was handled really good. And that was kind of like un-TV show like them to handle that like that. Oh, that was great. Bit surprised. Ooh, I like that. That was very cool. Cool. List of figures on my wanted list. I have one of those. I have like a figure wanted list, but all of mine are like, do you remember this obscure pilot from that one comic book? Yeah, I need him. It's like, well, somebody's got to make him. All right. These figures are just a treat. They are so whimsical and creative. I love it. I'm having so much fun with this set. Let's see. So watched She-Hulk today, which is I hate to say it was one of the better episodes because I've liked all the episodes so far. Like I haven't not liked it. It's different, and I'm trying to lean into the fact that it's different. It's not bad. It's just different. I like the fourth wall breaking. I love the actress who's playing Jen Walters. She's great. Like all the components I'm a big fan of so far. My only complaint is that sometimes it feels too short. It feels like just as it's getting a rhythm to the show, to the episode itself, it's over. It's like if you guys had 10 more minutes maybe just to do, and I don't know what they would do in those 10 minutes, but I feel like if you just had like, just pushed it a little longer, it'd be, you know, whatever. And this episode was no different, and it had Matt Murdock in it, and it had a great ending where she kind of lost control. Oh, he does. Okay, so he actually sits on this. That is so amazing. Gotta figure out how he sits on it, though. Okay, so the level of awesome on this. Okay, as a drummer, that it's super cool, but I would have this centered more because he's very far. This is just me. He's super far away from this crash symbol. That's a reach. You want to have it a little closer. I would be sitting more central. I'd have this snare right under these toms. It's a very jazz setup. But if you look, his feet are on the pedals. That's just really cool. Yeah, I love this. I love everything about this. A little bow tie. Man, so good. All right, so we got some extra pieces. There's a tile here. I think maybe this goes back here. If it doesn't, it's going to now. Because the rest of these are fine. A 1x2 tile is not extra. A 1x2 tile is dummy forgot something somewhere. All right, bag. Oh my. We actually had 5 bags left. I should get cracking. So the pieces that I got for the stadium are just the lights for the roof. They're not anything major, so I can work on those later. I was just really excited to get them and then call the set done. And I'm almost done with the instructions. I've got most of the east side done, and then I'll work on the roof instructions, and that'll be it. All right, we got to go back. Excuse me. This is 505. Can I tell what number this is off this? This should be bags 8 through 11. Yep. All right. Let's get to building. Which 3 or 4 are you talking about? What's that pilot's name from the Resistance bomber that came with like just a handful of European sets or something, and now is really rare, or very expensive at least? And it's just his head that's different, isn't it? His head or his helmet or something like that. Like the body and everything is the same. Oh, I had a Thundercloud sub for dinner. And now I'm drinking a beer, and I think that was probably a mistake. I'm so full right now. So bloated. Oh, so entirely bloated. So yeah, She-Hulk's still a lot of fun. Daredevil's introduction this time was quite good. I really like... I only watched a handful of the... Daredevil on Netflix when it came out, or I guess it wasn't CW. It was straight up Netflix, wasn't it? Maybe it was CW. Whatever it was, I watched not enough of it because it was apparently pretty good. I watched Jessica Jones and that was it. And I didn't even finish Jessica Jones. We stopped. Right as Tenet came on, and which was dumb because like we were both waiting for that moment, and then as soon as like we started watching something else and then forgot it. Never watched Luke Cage, and I watched like one episode of Luke Cage, and then never watched Iron Fist either. So when all that got canceled, I was like, meh. But Daredevil was good. So I'm glad he's in it again. And hopefully will be for a while. And I love all the little in-jokes about him being a different person and getting a new suit and kind of like it being a soft reboot kind of thing. I love the cheekiness. Oh, whoops. Not right. Biggs, Wedge, Jack. Oh man, good luck getting Jack. Isn't Jack 14? Isn't he the clone, the Jedi clone? And there's 2 of them, right? Isn't there like a super expensive one, and then the Jedi clone one, and then the Stormtrooper version one? I think I have the Clone Trooper one. I have the expensive one. I don't know how I lucked into it. I think I just bought it off somebody and was like, hee hee, I'm only paying $15. I'm trying to think if I have a Biggs. If I don't, I can find a dude with a mustache and just say it's Biggs. Meanwhile, your application's been canceled, Luke. Canceled. So every time I think of Biggs, I think of the actor who played him in A New Hope, and then I think of the cut scenes in the original movie with him and Biggs. Like, that would have been such a good inclusion, because then when he dies later, because they show him dying, it would have been a little more impactful. It's like, oh, it's his friend from back home. I do like the nod in Mandalorian when they go back to, I guess it's Tatooine, and that gang is kind of bothering those people at Anchorhead, which I think is great. I don't think they say Tashi Station, and I don't think they say Anchorhead specifically, but I can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch it. But those two sitting in the bar are Fixer and Wendy, which I think is a kind of a neat throwback to that. So that also makes me think of the I'm gonna get it here. This is the I'm gonna copy this and put it in the chat. This is the NPR original radio drama from 1979. I forget, maybe 81, but it was they didn't really have the rest of the story filled out, so they kind of did their best extrapolating. It was the whole story of Star Wars. It was the whole story of A New Hope, but it was also these are all okay. Let's do this so I don't screw this up. So they did their best to kind of fill out some of the story in between, and it's like, we need to do this and it'll be fun, and let's make a whole 13 episode thing, but it'll be 13 hours and we need to make up some stuff. So there's like all this backstory with Princess Leia and her family on Alderaan, and all this stuff was going on. It was really neat. They had Mark Hamill play Luke, and then they had Anthony Daniels C-3PO, and then that was it. Forgot who they got to play Leia and Han, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Vader was Brock Peters. I knew that, and I knew Brock Peters from a few things. He was a admiral in Star Trek: A Voyage Home. He was also Sisko's dad in Deep Space Nine, and so he had a kind of a deep voice too, a very unique voice. But he wasn't, James Earl Jones. So you do feel like you lose a bit of authenticity when you hear Han Solo sounding like an 80s sitcom guy. You're like, that's not really, So there's a whole scene. Adam Arkin plays Fixer. Now, Luke's friends at Tashi Station, I think it was Tashi Station. It's either Anchorhead or Tashi Station. He's like a gearhead, right? And then his girlfriend is named I'm blanking. One of Luke's friends is named Wendy. There's Fixer. And I want to say it's Deke. Cammy, that's the one. And their nickname for Luke was Wormy. It's hilarious. And they're always drinking beer and playing games and racing their skyhoppers, and it's basically George Lucas as a kid in Modesto, California. Right? Racing cars, cruising, getting in trouble, blah blah blah. So It's very cool. If you've got some time, put it on in the background. The production quality is great. I think Ben Burt does all the sounds for it. They get all the music cues right, that kind of thing. I can still hear the announcer's voice in my head too. So that's what we had in terms of Star Wars when I was a kid, because, excuse me, back then you had the movies, and that was it. You had the occasional cameo on the Muppet Show or the holiday special. And then after Return of the Jedi came out, you had the Ewoks and you had the Droids cartoons, but there weren't movies, man. All right. Stage. Bag 9. What's up, Brick Pasta? How's it going? How's Tricks? We're talking Star Wars and... I mean, shocking. We're talking Star Wars. I'm talking Star Wars. Feel free to lurk. I just opened this over no man's land over here just to spill out all over the place. Was Porkins' first name Jack? That's funny. So is Jack 14 a clone of Porkins? Nobody wants to know. Nobody wants to know. That was one of the coolest things too on Rogue One, when they got, like, they cut in some of the scenes and the voices and actual pilots from A New Hope in the Battle of Scarif. That was super cool. I dug it. Alright, big pieces out the way. So yeah, if so there's a great scene in the going all the way back now. There's a great scene in A New Hope that was cut. Where's this other? Which was Biggs. Oh, there it is. Which was Biggs and Luke looking off in the distance, and he's like, "Hey, look, it's I think I saw something up into the up in space, and I looked at through my macro binoculars, and it was ships firing on each other." And in the movie, I don't think anyone was, but Biggs was there to kind of be like, "Are you sure that's what you saw?" But in the radio drama, everybody gave him crap for it. And then Biggs pulls him aside and is like, "Look, I can tell you're not meant to be here, right? You want to get into the academy, which is the Imperial Academy, so he could be a pilot or whatever, but he stayed on planet to help with the farm." And Biggs is like, "You got to get out of here, man." And then he tells him he's jumping ship at his first port of call to go join the Rebel Alliance. And this is all in the radio drama. It's a really cool scene. Like, that would have made his death later in the movie a lot more impactful. A Dutch Vander out of a Facebook lot once. A Dutch Vander. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. Dutch Vander. Is that God, that sounds familiar. It sounds like a action movie character name, and I can't place it. Isn't Dutch the dude from Red Dead Redemption? That doesn't seem like an IP that Lego would be into. Oh, that was such a fun game to start. I just got tired of walking. What are you doing? I'm walking, riding my horse. Oh, what's this game about? Walking and riding your horse? That's right, he's gold leader. Yep. Oh, my knowledge. I feel ashamed, Scott. Thanks for helping me with that. How does one build a Dutch Vander? I know, it sounds like a... I don't know, it sounds like it could be an Urban Dictionary entry. It could be some sort of breakfast concoction. Well, there's that story of, and I don't know how true this is, Darth Vader meaning Dark Father in Dutch, I guess. When Empire Strikes Back came out and Vader says that he's Luke's father, and it was a huge thing, and everybody in the West went crazy, and everybody in, I guess, Denmark, wherever, were like, yeah, did you guys not see that coming? His name is Dark Father. We are not surprised. I don't know why they're suddenly German. Oh. I spent entirely too much time looking up Mon Mothma this afternoon and her family, trying to figure out what her name is. The article kept saying Mothma, so I'm wondering if like Mon is an honorific or what. I was watching a video, these guys talking about it, Eckhart's Ladder. That's the kind of actually knowledge that's going to really endear me to my friends later when we're playing trivia. I mean, like, well, you know, I feel like Mon is kind of like one of those things that's very common in the Star Wars universe, kind of like Ord. All the cities are named Ord something, or all the planets are named Ord something. Why is this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need one more, and it's not readily available. Oh, there it is. It's buried under all the other ones. I can't. Okay, there's too many arrows here. I can't see what's going on. Like you're covering up half the stuff here. Yeah, I don't know where that's supposed to go. Okay, well, just guess. Another Andor set. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get. We're gonna get what's his name, Luthien. We're probably gonna get his ship. Maybe a playset of the Garrison That's the only thing I can think of. Like, so far, it's like I don't necessarily want a set of like these rebels dressed like shepherds sitting next to a campfire. That would be boring. The set is called Trust. Did I miss something? Nope. Oh, how do I get that in there? Okay, well, this is cool. Triangle tile piece in tan. The store with the artifacts would be cool. Yeah, you should build that as a mock. I'm sure we'll get a Happy Luthian store proprietor as a figure. You need to figure out his assistant. And it comes with Mon Mothma's car and her driver, and it can be the set can be called Secrets or Whispers. I'm giving the whole show like, oh, this instruction. Kill me now. This is gonna look really cool. 31 of these. Just kill me now. And they must be perfectly straight. Perfectly straight! Let's see, what other sets so far? I mean, we've had our Ferric set. I guess that's all we can do. I guess there's an ISB conference room. I'm wondering if the Lego design team was just like, they watched the first few episodes and were like, what are we supposed to make out of this, you know? Oh, I wasn't keeping track. I bet one of these is going to be extra. Mon Mothma's dining room. With her daughter. It's called Sass. It's called Parenting is Hard. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So how many? So I need 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I knew it. I got 1 extra. You know what we're going to get out of this whole show? We're going to get 1 TIE fighter. Because that TIE fighter was in it. There's also an Imperial Shuttle. And dollars to donuts. Somebody said an Imperial engineer was coming. And I was like, is that Director Krennic? Because that would be kind of neat. I hope they don't, because I don't want to be like, oh, by the way, remember this guy? He's now in this thing, too. 1-to-1. Okay. I don't think we need that. But maybe... what's his name? Jin's dad, Galen. It could be Galen. Is this before he left to go live on that farm planet? I say farm planet. Before he left to go farm. Moisture evaporators and the like. Yeah, so they did just the drop shuttles. They already have a tie on shelf. Yup. They still have a tie on the shelf. I'm just kidding because it's like the only real vehicle in there that they already haven't done. That guy. That guy. They could tie that in. What's up, Mayo? Nah, get to whatever you need to do. You got class or something. That's cool, man. That's cool, yo. We're just building a piano. But thanks for popping your head in here. Yeah, so I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm excited tomorrow because last week we done blew up the Mount Doom. So that's cool. I'm still enjoying the show. I'm sorry for those who aren't. But I'll be up early having my eggs and bakey and my stories. And do my job, do my work. Try to get my instructions done. Go have a beer at night with my friends. Tomorrow should be a good day. What about y'all? What kind of weekend plans you got? Oh, we got friends coming over on Saturday too. We're gonna do a dinner party, so that would be fun. 1, 2, 3. All right, this music is putting me to sleep. We're gonna do some EDM now. Don't know if this will be any better. It's maybe a little much, but we'll see. Went into the office today because I thought today was the day I had to be in the office because we had a contractor's vendor come in to once a quarter or whatever to look at our battery backups, our UPS, and run tests and make sure that it's running up to snuff. And I thought that was today, so I go in, grab me a coffee and a couple breakfast tacos on the way in, and I get there and I look at my calendar. I'm like, well, shoot, today is not that day. Strings in your piano. Had a couple meetings though, so I mean, I guess it's not bad. And then I read an article about employers trying to entice workers to come back with perks, like more social time with your, and the air quotes around, work friends. And I'm like, you know what? I like my coworkers fine enough. I've gone out with them a couple times outside of work, but I've got enough friends. I don't need to like have social time with the people I work with. I want to work so that I can go home and have social time with my friends. That's what I want to do. I don't want to spend more time here with people that I'm okay working with because they're delightful enough. But I made friends with them so that my working relationship wouldn't be bad, not because I was looking to make more friends. Our only common interest so far is that we both like getting paychecks from this place. It's just they're kicking and screaming trying to hold on to this paradigm of the work culture, and it's like, just let it go, man. Oh no. No. Nope. Anything that sounds like Transformer sex, instant skip. Family and kid stuff. Cool. It's always good to do family stuff. I'm going to be missing one of my kids' games this weekend because we've got the dinner party, but I'm okay with that a little, like once in a while. Not a great number of times, but once in a while. Oof, there's a reason they're doing this, and I don't know what it is. Just stacking. Oh, I'm sorry, did you like the Cybertronic orgy? Okay, I can't tell where this needs to be. Guess like that. Now this is okay. I like this. I wish there was a punk station on here. There isn't. There's a metal station. There is, but it's locked. There's pop. But also, I've said no talking, just instrumental only. So, what is that? I can't get to it. Alternative. Yeah, without blues, chill bass, chill guitars, chiptune. I haven't done some chiptune in a while. Let's do that. Too much worried about. Alright, bag 10, here we go. Why did these filter out? Not downloadable. I don't know why I can't play some of these. There's like 4 songs I can play. now this is going to be cool. All these tiles. That's going to be great. So Sunday, I get to go to the last home game for Austin FC, and hopefully they don't lose this one. They're already in the playoffs, but I'd really like them to be able to sort of go out on a high note on their second year. Because they've not looked really great the last couple games, and I'm kind of like, how did you guys make it in the playoffs? You've lost like their last 10 games. It's like lost 4, 1-1, draw 3 or something. It's like I don't understand. So hopefully they can. I don't even know who they're playing. I have to look. Oh, they're playing Colorado. Yee. Well, Colorado's not doing too well, but we've had problems with them before, so. Nice. Again, with this connection, got the clips against these bars in here. A nice snug fit. Look how clean that is. All right, do some legs. Times 2, right? Okay. Oh, la la la. Excuse me. I've been yawning all day. I've been worthless at work. Was in a meeting today at work. I was just yawning. Like I'm sorry I'm not bored by this. Just my brain apparently needs a little more oxygen, or the pressure in here changed, or I don't know, but whatever it is ain't good. But please don't take offense. Wow, so this set, you're going to see a lot of these probably. These 2x2 plates, or 1x1x2 plates on Bricklink in black, specifically, it looks like. Because there's been a few of them in here. Ow. Oh, that's another thing I watched. The SpaceX Dragon launch with the going to the space station, and it was I haven't seen a SpaceX launch in a while, and they had the first people's commander woman on the flight. Super great. And the they brought up what was called a microgravity indicator, which is just a thing that floats. It's not actually a thing. It's just something that isn't tied down. And their microgravity indicator was a doll, was a plush of Einstein. So they got up there after the they got into orbit and they were able to take kind of their suits off and get ready for their procedures to dock. And the mission control was like, why don't you tell us about your microgravity indicator? And so they had this story about Einstein and his happy thought, which was when he came up with the theory of general relativity. And I just found it funny that his theory of special relativity meant that the doll of him will come back to Earth later as a younger version of itself because of special relativity. I just thought that was kind of cool. Tried sharing that with people and they're like, "Quoi?" Like, you know, because special relativity, and the faster you go, the younger you are, the less, you know, you don't travel back in time, but you travel, your time travel is less. And they said, these, I think I got that right. Like, I could be completely wrong on that. I don't like looking for black parts. They all kind of merge. Even with the bright light, they get kind of shiny and everything kind of merges together. Gonna be a lot of extra parts in this one, that's for sure. All right. So what else is going on? What other fun things are happening in the world? Oh, did you see Biden's thing where he was talking about pressuring Congress to decriminalize marijuana and like release people from prison and all that stuff? The memes that have come out since are pretty good. If nothing else. Oh, sorry. Yeah, tomorrow might be one of those days where I work like a half a day and then just go, I'm sorry, I have to go home now. Just not feeling it. A lot of these like little like quarter archways too, quarter inverted arches. Yeah, it totally does. Our war on drugs that has been going on since the 60s against marijuana and crack is just, it's dumb. It's super dumb. And all it does is hurt people. So Okay. So there's our piano so far. Got one bag left after this. Hopefully we can get this done tonight. I'm a little worried because I've still got stuff to build on here, but I'm worried if I push too hard on it, it's gonna collapse or something. And so in terms of the decriminalization, I don't care either way. I mean, I do care. I think it's important to progress. I guess that's why I would consider myself a progressive. But I am not looking at it from a personal standpoint because I don't partake. I've tried, and it's just not my bag. Dime or otherwise. Smoking, eating, it just doesn't do it for me. So, I'm not saying this so I can be free to do whatever I want, but it'd be nice to be able to do that if I wanted to. So, but guess what? We could find it's another tax stream. Why don't we legalize it and tax it? We'd make a lot of money. It's a whole other industry. You can employ people and pay people to grow it. Oh, excuse me. Alright, done all that. Now we're making the roof for the lid. Yeah, my Beth's parents occasionally get some stuff, and they live just south of Illinois in Paducah, Kentucky, and so they go across to get some stuff, and it's like, and they're paying, you know, why wouldn't get more people to do that and make them pay, and it's money. Don't get it. I wish they had more of these songs. They only have a handful of songs that I can play, but I would listen to this all the dang time. It just gets repetitive after a while. This is definitely somebody aping Daft Punk, though. A little bit. Just a little bit. And I know a lot of my friends would be cool with it. I know, like, my brother would be very happy with it. And just, you know, again, no reason not to at this point. It's 2022. Come on. We're not this puritanical. We can't be. Although maybe we are. I don't know. Shipping people up to Martha's Vineyard because, I don't know. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Oh. Man down. saw Coolio live 2 weeks ago down in Austin. Were you actually down here in Austin 2 weeks ago? Or did you see him like live online and he was in Austin? Because if you were in Austin and you didn't tell me, I'm going to be mad. And that is crazy. This sounds like a Siberian, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And now it sounds like a Game Boy. That's what I need. Some dark red jumper plates for you. 1x3 jumper plates. We get to see Elton John later this month. I'm kind of excited about that. We totally forgot we had tickets. Best Surgery's coming up, and our friends reminded us of that. They're like, she's got surgery like a week after that. She can be okay on that long drive down to San Antonio. Oh man, we could have gone and like hung out. I could have taken you for beers and such. But I mean, that's cool, yo. I only live here. I haven't seen one of these pieces in a while. These neck pieces. Minifig neck pieces. They've kind of done away with these. They've done the big shoulders with like all the attachments on them and stuff. So a lot of these have been... I haven't seen a whole lot of them. What kind of conference was it? Work-related? Fun-related? Okay, cool. Yep. One, two. The trick is to make all these the same distance. So, in terms of the job front, the Lego application. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I know work trips. They don't let you like explore the city. You end up, everyone goes, so how was whatever? And you're like, I never got out of the hotel. I have no idea. These are gonna fall out like really easy. So I hope they're all aware of that. Maybe it needs to be a little longer. Okay, there we go. Now they fit. Perfect. Facing this way, and Bob's your uncle. So, ahead of the woman playing the piano, here is your piano. I'm going to rush through it, but there you go. Nice keys. There's your stool. There's your pedals. One pedal's already down, which means I'm guessing that her foot's going to be on it. Very cool inside there. What I think is funny is I put 31 of those things together and you only see like half of them and they're kind of buried in there. That's funny. Couldn't have done some grill plates or something like that. Nope. Gotta be realistic. Gotta get them all them hammers in there. What was I talking about? I was talking about something. It wasn't conferences. What was it? Did a weird combo show to close the theater of Chicago. Journey, Rascal Flatts, Uncle Cracker, Coolio, Naughty by Nature. That's weird. This music is cracking me up. I love it. You know what I really need with my chip tune is a bit of swing. Just a touch of big band. And I'm not even really kidding. This is really fun. The only song I know from Uncle Cracker is like off Rock Band. And I don't listen to Rascal Flatts. And I haven't listened to Naughty by Nature in a long time. Same with Coolio, honestly. In Chicago, I listen to kind of on the reg. I have a couple LPs. Just listen to on Spotify. Same with Journey. Swing Tech. Sounds like it might be the closing music from Portal. Oh, so I don't know if y'all are TikTok people, but there is a TikTok account from Aperture Science, and it's like playing all the old cutscenes from Portal 2. And I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm kind of excited. And before we shout Portal 3, I have to remind everybody that Portal 3 happened. It was that, what's the girl's name? Chell? Not Chell. Or was it Alex? In Half-Life. Anyway, it was a VR game with her. That was Valve's answer to what is Portal 3. They're like, we make Portal games when new technology comes out, and it's just like, you can't just keep doing it with like the latest game console. It has to be something newish. So they're like, we're going to try this with virtual reality. And they did. And that was the game. There's never going to be a Portal 3. But something is happening. Something's coming out. And I think they're doing some guerrilla marketing. Or it's all over the news and I just haven't seen it. So, I mean, who knows? Oh, and brown too. Excuse me. Have we gone into pop metal? Is this still chiptune? These are great pieces. These corners, corner round slope, rounded bricks, whatever. Color of melted cheese, melted Velveeta. The color of queso. As my local Austin friends would like to say, did you at least get some good breakfast tacos or barbecue or something while you were here? Did they farm it out? Tell me they brought you blacks or Valentinos or something. Alright, this is bleeding into sounding like the Transformer soundtrack, which I'm going to listen to tomorrow. Because that's the thing. I have so many people come into Austin and be like, I heard this is a great place to get barbecue. It's like, well, there's a couple places in Austin that you can, but the best places are kind of outside of Austin. Like, you have to go to Dripping Springs, you got to go to Lockhart, or you got to go to Elgin or something. Being in Austin doesn't necessarily make, you know, and if you do, it's a huge wait, and it's, like, we send people out to Salt Lick out in Driftwood, and I honestly don't think that's the best place. I think you could get better barbecue at a Rudy's, but that's just me. Oh my goodness. Look at those pieces. Wow. So like a 2x3 curved slope. Wow. I haven't seen these before. That is special. Man, these in some tan or some blue. I was trying to do a UCS droid fighter from Phantom Menace, and I could have used some of those. So I'm gonna have to see if when these get into Bricklink or Studio. Oh, what great shape that is. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Oh, okay, so you've been to Black's, you've been to, okay, yeah, you see what I'm going. Yeah, it's just like I've had enough barbecue. I mean, I've been to Franklin's. Franklin's is fine. I'm sure I'm gonna be labeled a heretic for thinking this, but I don't think it's all that great. I think it's average. It's good, but it's not like, I don't think it's worth waiting 4 hours in line for. Oh, did I miss a... Yeah, I missed a piece. Up in there. I don't know why that was important, but... Oh my god, look how nice that is. Look how great that is. Ironworks, yeah, okay. Ironworks is not bad. Yeah, like you said. It also kind of depends on the sides, too. Like, a lot of the times, anywhere you're going to get pretty decent brisket, right? It's also a matter of, do you want... Are you the type of person, like, if you're from Wisconsin or you're from Kentucky, are you a fan of brisket, or would you rather have, like, pulled pork, or would you rather have pork shoulder, or, you know, what's your stance on sauce, or that kind of thing. That's one of the big contentions Beth and I had, was that she was raised in Kentucky, where it's more about kind of the pulled pork thing than it is brisket. Like, brisket was not a thing in Kentucky. And the sauce is a little more watery and a little more vinegary, a little thinner. And you kind of need the sauce to make it work. Whereas with the brisket stuff in Austin, I feel like you don't need the sauce. You know, and the sauce here is very thick and sweet. So it really depends, like the kind that you want, the kind that you're into. So, she took me to this place. and it was like pulled pork kind of sandwich on toast, which I thought was really weird. And like the sauce was like this really thin vinegary stuff. I'm like, this is not good. She's like, all right, well, this isn't really a good, good example of it. I'm like, well, take me to a place that's a good example of Kentucky barbecue. Or Tennessee barbecue, whatever. Look how great those little feet are. Just the barest indication of heels. My goodness. Yeah, Ironworks, I don't know, is known for their brisket, really. It's fine, but it's, like you said, I don't remember it that much. I've only been like once, maybe twice. And we usually go with work, so I think one time it was catered at our building, and another time we went for a team thing. So I may have been a little skewed. Times 2, huh? Need to go try some more. That's the other problem, is like it's like brewery saturation too. It's like everybody's got barbecue of some kind. I mean, you can go to HEB and get pretty decent barbecue, or make your own. Good breakfast place. I think the mystery about Austin and the breakfast taco is that there's nothing really to it. A breakfast taco is not a complicated thing, and you can do it wrong or you can do it right, but there's not a lot of in between, and it's very basic. So if you find a good one, like most people will have a pretty decent breakfast taco. But you can have bad ones, and I've had some bad ones, and they're not. Like, I get offended how bad they are sometimes. I'm like, it's really simple, man. It's tortilla and egg and bacon and a little butter and some cheese, maybe. Sometimes vegetables. Throw some potatoes in there. Oh, those are real loose. I hope this gets covered. Like immediately. Okay. Yeah, these are going to fall off if you don't cover them. So there's these little gold hearts under here that fall off like instantly. So the next step is takes care of that. So we've got a little time. I'm wrapping this up. I'm going to show you the full set put together, and then I might, if you want to stick around, I might do a little bit on my stadium, open up this bag of parts, and see if I can crank on that for a little bit, just because I'm excited to get it done. And then I got to get a sticker printed out for the roof. But this has been a very, very fun set. I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on one. Oh, whoops. Oh, I was going to say, no new news on the job with Lego Front yet. I have not got another email, and I did email Boone Langston, not to get like an in or anything, but I did want to ask him what he felt like, if it was, you know, how the transition was. And he said it was fine. He said that Lego takes care of a lot of the travel expenses, and there's a lot of paperwork that you got to do. And I did have a concern. I was like, I don't think they're going to hire, you know, old dudes like me. And he's like, honestly, they just hired like a couple people who are in their 40s. So I was like, okay. I don't know. Those are not going to stay on that well. Oh, I see. She doesn't have much of a face. So she's got a headband, and her head swooped over to her hair swooped over to the side, but her face isn't much there. Not like the guys with the big noses. She doesn't have a big nose, but her neck sticks up really oddly high, and I know they can't get any better color of the that ball joint, but, and I called it. She's got 1 foot on that pedal. It's slightly lowered. So you can see 1 foot on that pedal, slightly lowered. I kind of wish she was a little more facing the piano, because she's a little off. But I mean, that's really rad. So here's some extra parts, get some gold rings, and that's cool. I wonder if the last step's going to be, nope. So it doesn't show it, but I'm assuming the last step is going to be somehow putting these two guys together. Probably look at the box. Yeah, get on the Microfighter and Stadium team. All right, there's your jazz quartet. This is amazing. This is a really, really great set. Like, it's posable enough that you can, like, do stuff with it, but this is going to be one of those things that people are going to look at and go, this is Lego. This is amazing. Like, I'm going to have to go find the designer and, like, follow him, because, wow, this is just so great. Some great new pieces on the piano player here. Some of these new slopes. If you want to get, this would be a great parting out set too. Like, there's a lot of the tan tiles in here. There's a lot of good, white tiles, the aforementioned orange slopes over here, a lot of good black and brown pieces. This would be a great set to draft, honestly. It's a little expensive for a draft set, but if you can get 5 or 6 people to do it, I think it'd be worth it. The drum set is fantastic. It's like the way the figures twist just slightly, right? Gives it that little bit of character. The bow ties on these dudes, and the suspenders on the trumpet player. The heels on the lady's feet down here. Her earrings, her little headband up here. Just, it's so perfect. Really, really well done. This is it was fun to put together, and it looks great. And I'm really, really happy I got it. Yeah, it's really cool. So real quick, I'm going to put this aside. And I'm going to trade out for the roof of my stadium. This comes apart, so I'm going to move it in pieces. Yeah, super happy with this. I might put this on my desk so I can look at it all day. Alright, so I got a new pack of parts here. Forget who this is from. This is from Wild Bricks in Georgia. I don't need a knife. There's a thing. So basically all I'm doing with this real quick is I'm doing the under gantry to put some lights on it. Not real lights, just to the look of lights. And then this should be done. I am going to get some inverted tiles to put here, but that's not like a make it or break it part of the set. I'm almost done with all the instructions. I think with the stepping out of the instructions, the hardest part is going to be, I did not order those in white. Are you kidding me? Did I decide that I didn't need them in white? I guess not. Wow. I must have been smoking something. Little card in here. Wild Bricks, thank you for your order. Ginny and Jody. I'll have to double check my order because I feel like I thought I got white. But I maybe have made a decision that, oh no, it was definitely a cost thing. I remember it now. All right, so give me just a second and I will be right back. Okay. Had to go. All right, Scott, take care. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great weekend. Have a good time with the kids and whatnot. All right. So, this is going to be rough because I think these tubes, and I don't need these. I got a bunch of these. Don't need them. I was going to do these angled bits right here, but I haven't decided. I think that's going to look too busy. So we're going to not do those. Okay, but I do need a lot of these and all these little Ziploc bags. Okay, so don't need these. These are part of the other decision that was abandoned. So basically what I'm going to do with all these lights is these become a bar across here, which means hopefully they can straighten out a little bit. Okay, so I don't need instructions anymore. I am going to open up Studio and just see what's going on with this. Let's see, open roof. Do I have roof? Small roof. All right, so you can see the gantry kind of positioning. So I think I need, that's another thing I need. Handful of these, but I got my bag O, or my box O, so let's do window capture this studio. So you can kind of see the screen is a little smaller there, but how many did I think I need there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so So this is how I know I need a job with Lego, because I would just do this all the time. Come up with an idea, build on it, see if it works, keep building on it, get excited when you get the right pieces to do it. Alright. How far away? One, 2, 3, 4. And then every third one, every second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then every other. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is one of those costly experiments. I hope it works. Because if it doesn't, I don't know what else I'm going to do with this giant tube. But I think having it stretched out... Okay, well, what did I do? There we go. Okay, perfect. Need to move it over a bit. Okay, that works. Now, how did I do that? Aha, okay. So I know I just complained about having to do a ton of these for the piano, but now I'm going to do it for this. Putting lights on clips like that. So this seems like it works okay. I'm not going to do it in front of everybody here because that's boring. But this should be done tomorrow at some point. I'll try to get some images posted once it's done. So it'll look like that. So if you can see the lights in there like that. So that's what it'll look like. I've got to put a couple lightsabers on either side here to balance it out. And then I think I've got enough to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then I've got 2 on either side of the post, and then 3 underneath each of these things. Ideally, these should be white, so I should need 4 of those, but I think that's good. I think it'll look great. And then the roof will be done. Yep, happy with that. I could have probably done these in black, now that I think about it. Gobos and spotlights are usually black, they're not white. Now I'm going to be second guessing that. You're putting that together wrong. No, it's right. It's just... It's easier to get it upside down. Hi James, by the way. I'm about done. I was just seeing if this last bit worked. You missed the jazz quartet. It was great. It's a great set if you haven't built it. But I'm done for the night. I'm going to go to bed now. Thanks for being here, everybody. Sorry you got here late, James. I will talk to you soon. I think I might be able to... Now, Saturday we're going to do some stuff, so I think I'm going to have to not stream until maybe Sunday morning. But have a good weekend. I hope you have a good Friday and a good weekend, and I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.